What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before we get going on our video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and go follow me on Twitter. 1 second. Follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. For breakdowns and predictions, you can hit my email up, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. You can also hit that email if you got if you want to join in on a TKO debate series and you want to debate or you want to judge or whatever. If you want to participate in the debate series, hit me up again on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV, or you can hit me knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. But let's get it popping. Let's get into our video. And we got our first fight prediction of the week. This one is dropping to you members right now. So if you want exclusive content and you're just now getting this and you're not a member to the channel, our members had it about 24 hours ago, man. They've been had this prediction and they already know what's popping. But this one is the main event on the Showbox card that's going down this Friday on Showtime. 8-rounder, 168-pound fight between Sean Hemphill and David Stevens. Sean Hemphill, 6'1" out of Louisiana, 27 years old, 14 wins, no losses, 8 wins by way of knockout. And he's an orthodox fighter. Then you got David Stevens, also an orthodox fighter out of Pennsylvania, 5'11", 22 years old, 11 wins, no losses, 8 wins by way of knockout. You got Sean Hemphill, made it to the 2018 USA National semifinals as an amateur. In 2017, he got the silver medal in the same tournament. He's a very rangy fighter. He's good when he can control distance on you and he's fighting behind his jab. If he gets to throwing combinations and hooks, he's very slappy with his punches, so he doesn't turn his punches over well, specifically that right hook and that right hand. But when he gets on the inside, oddly enough, he throws the hooks to the body with real good form. But his straights, that's his key. His two that he throws behind his jab, that's a long, rangy, wiry punch that he can hurt you with. But his hooks and his punches that come, the 3 and the 4, those, you know what I mean? He slaps with them, doesn't turn his hips correctly with them, and doesn't turn them over. And so I don't see much power behind those punches. Sean Hemphill is very good if he can be at range. But if you're able to get inside on him, I think that there's some questions that he's going to have to answer fighting on the inside, which he may be forced to do against David Stevens because we'll get into his fighting style in a minute. Sean Hemphill, I like the way he can move around the ring, tries to use lateral movement to control the distance. Head movement is okay, but again, this will be the best fighter that he's ever fought. And Sean Hemphill and David Stevens have both been fighting in subpar competition. This is a step up in competition for both of them, as most Showbox fights are. When they put you on Showbox as the main event, more times than not, you're probably facing your toughest test. One of these guys is going to pass it with flying colors, move on to the next level. The other guy, not so much. But that's Sean Hemphill in a nutshell. Rangy, wiry, good when he can keep the fight at distance. I got questions with him on the inside and mid-range because those hooks, they don't look good. He doesn't throw them good at all. He got to be at range for him to get leverage on his shots. He don't get good leverage as a tall guy. He don't get good leverage if you can force him to fight on the inside. And I don't think he's that adept at fighting on the inside. David Stevens, look, it's a great style matchup because this is a very physically strong, aggressive, come forward, power punching fighter behind a power jab. He too has very good amateur pedigree. He went to the Junior Olympics, won them. He was a youth national competitor. I think he won the youth nationals as well. He's 5 years younger than Sean Hemphill at 22 years old, but he takes angles very nicely to get hooks and uppercuts in on the inside. He is looking to get inside because he looks to be a very good inside fighter. He looks to be a very good inside fighter from the film that I've watched. So this is your classic tale of the long, rangy boxer. Can he keep the fight at a distance? And if it gets inside, can he be effective enough to keep the aggressive power puncher with athleticism and movement and strength up off of him? Can Sean Hemphill keep David Stevens up off of him? This is David Stevens' first fight at going 8 rounds. As a muscular guy, one concern I do have is his weight. Not his weight, his muscle mass. How is he going to look as the fight goes on? If Sean Hemphill is able to manage the distance in the first few rounds and he keeps David Stevens chasing him and he's jabbing David Stevens and he's outpointing him and winning, will he get frustrated? Will he be able to cut off the ring? how's that gas tank looking when you carrying all the muscle that he's carried? Those are the questions I have. He's been very active. 3 fights in 2022. This is a true pick'em fight, to be honest with y'all, man. And I'm leaning towards Sean Hemphill. I'm leaning towards Sean Hemphill in the fight to get his ass whooped by David Stevens. Yeah, I'm going with the power puncher in this one. I'm going with the guy that's coming forward because I don't know if Hemphill is a good enough boxer to keep David Stevens from making it an inside fight when he wants to make it an inside fight. I think Hemphill has a good jab, but I don't think his jab is busy enough. I don't think his footwork is good enough to keep Stevens off of him to where Stevens is just going to never be able to make it an inside fight. And I think Stevens has such a distinct advantage on the inside, and he's so much more physically stronger than Hemphill, in my opinion. Obviously, we'll see how the fight plays out, but I think he's the physically stronger and he's the much better inside fighter. And he's going to be athletic enough to make Hemphill have to sit down and fight with him. And when they sit down and fight in those exchanges, I'm going to go with the guy that gets better leverage on his power shots, and that's David Stevens. He goes to the body really well. So I expect specifically his left hook to the body is nasty. I expect him to make sure that he's digging that down in there early in the fight to slow Hemphill down, make Hemphill have to sit down and fight with him, and then he's going to win the fight by being the more aggressive inside fighter, landing the cleaner shots, more eye-catching shots on the inside. Hemphill can win this fight. The key is it needs to be at mid-range to long range. If Hemphill can't keep Stevens off of him, if he can't keep Stevens off of him and he can't have that jab working and landing that right hand behind that jab, if you see that they exchanging hooks, if you see that they both kind of high guard to high guard, that is not going to be in Sean Hemphill's favor. If you're rooting for Sean Hemphill in this fight, he need to be on his bike. He need to be on his back foot. He need to have that jab pumping, throw that right hand behind it, and then if Stevens do get inside, he got to be grabbing. Jab, jab, right hand, jab, jab, right hand. Oh, you got inside, grab. Break us up, ref. Jab, 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 right hand, grab you, break us up, ref. If he is jabbing and that shit getting slipped and countered and you see him, Stevens, pushing on him and grabbing them and getting them and mugging them to the ropes and throwing uppercuts and all that shit, bro, on the inside, Hemphill not winning that fight. But I'm gonna pick Stevens because I don't think Hemphill will be able to manage the distance enough to get the victory. I'm gonna go with Stevens. I'm gonna say he wins unanimously by decision, but it could be one of those fights where he wins by stoppage late if he invests in the body enough early, because he does hit hard. He does look to have a good motor, but he's only been fighting 6 rounds. 2 rounds more might not seem like much, but I'm interested to see if he has to fight 8 rounds, is he going to go in the 5th and 6th? Is he going to trust his conditioning? Is that muscle mass and all the muscle he carrying and the broad shoulders and the real muscular arms, is that going to come back to bite him if this fight goes a distance and Hemphill is able to make him work some? So all in all, very intriguing, very interesting fight. I'm gonna go with David Stevens in this fight again. I'm gonna pick him by unanimous decision, but I wouldn't be surprised with a stoppage in this fight. Y'all let me know who y'all picking. Comment down below. Smash my like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications, and go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. Appreciate everybody watching the video. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. And with that, we out of here. Peace out, y'all.